Hey everyone, good afternoon and welcome back to my YouTube channel as we review and pick up where we left off with our savings challenge. Get excited people, here we go. Okay, a quick recap. So we have $65 total in our savings. I personally use the online method because I don't carry a lot of cash around me, but you can use the envelopes for this challenge. Okay, so quick review. The Chase Bank and One United Bank are two accounts that I use for emergency purposes and my personal spending. The Marcus Bank, I have three accounts, one labeled for gifts because I'm marrying into a very big family, and I also have a family with my mom and things like that. So it's a great way to save for that. Also, I use it for short-term savings goals, which for me it will be a house, obviously, and the long-term savings is a savings plan that I wanted to do a long time ago, which supplements my retirement because you never can have enough money for that. Okay, and also we're going to discuss overflow, which basically is the money that you have left over with every budget coming up soon, and that's how you also budget in things like if you're going to have a dental copay or a medical copay and things like that. So let's start with our savings. So we are now up to $65. This week we rotate back to the Chase and One United Bank. We're going to up it $1, so we're going to go 11 into the Chase, which brings our total up to 19. So let's do that. Actually, my math is wrong. Sorry, 21. It's been a long day. Okay, so we are now up to $76 total. Now we're going to do the same thing in the One United. So we're going to add 11 to this total. So we're going to go 21. And now we are up to $87 in savings. Check it out, man. We're almost at that 100 mark. Then we can give ourselves a pat on the back. This is challenging, people. I know it seems like it's not a lot, but you'd be surprised at how many people can't say they have $100 in savings or $100 to spare. This is why we're doing this. This is us teaching each other and learning from each other on how to do this saving challenge and how to be better with money. I got this idea from a girl named Tess Wicks, who's a big money manager, and I follow her on YouTube, and there's some other people that are there as well to give you some ideas on how to do this. This method works best for me, but find a method that works best for you in trying to save and be better money managers, as we all want that financial freedom, especially those of us who are in our 20s, because I'm not really 40, it's just like a make pretend thing, but this is how we're going to do it. Okay, now, as we go along with this savings challenge, I'm going to get into my budget. But I'm going to take that step by step. The one thing I want to do is I always want to thank God for allowing me to save and allowing me to have a job and a career in such tough times that we live in. And I thank God for the ability to have, the discipline to save. It's very hard. It's very difficult. It's not an easy thing. So all praises go to God for everything he does for me, my mom, my fiance, my family, her family, our friends, everything. So that's first and foremost. Now, I do not do donations, but I give to the church. I'm a Catholic, so I do my weekly offerings to St. Francis de Sales Catholic Church. We typically do 2 envelopes. This is part of my budget. This year I'm doing a little bit differently. I actually have done this before, but I'm trying to increase the amount also by $1 every cycle. So the cycle for us is every Sunday. I want to increase that amount that I put within the 2 envelopes so that I can also increase what I'm giving to the church. You also remember you always want to give to God first as well, because without him we have nothing. We can't provide for ourselves. He's the blessing for everything that we do, and I always give him praise for that. We all should. Okay, so last week, which was the first weekend of the year, I went to church twice, Saturday for New Year's and Sunday for the regular Sunday, and I put $15 in an envelope between 2 envelopes on Saturday and $15 between 2 envelopes on Sunday, which totaled my donation to $30. Next week, I'm going to put this in. I'm going to do $16. So basically, we're going to change this amount for the total cost to 46. So let's go over here. here and put 46. This just helps me to keep track of what I'm doing because I have a goal with that as well. Okay, so we're going to be at $46 for my church donation as well, because I'll be putting in 16, and 16 plus 30 obviously is 46, so we're going with that. Okay, we are set there. The next thing we're going to learn is what our overflow is. Our overflow is basically the amount that you have left over after you pay your bills. Now, I also bank with another bank, which is well-known bank, MMT. That's where my payroll goes. I actually over budget my bills. I tend to do that because certain bills are different every month. And so what I tend to do is that overflow is what I use to do things like get my hair cut. If I want to get coffee from Dunkin' Donuts or coffee from Starbucks or treat myself to breakfast from Panera Bread, that doesn't come out of my spending account. That's just overflow from when I pay my bills. That's what's extra. That's also a good tool to use when you go to like the dentist, especially if you go twice a year like myself. You get your teeth cleaned the first time your insurance covers it, but the second time they charge you. Also, if you have a small copay when you go to the doctors or a small medical bill that can come, even though the insurance covers most of it, you may get a small percentage bill. So that's something we're going to learn as of the 15th. Another challenge that's coming up is the pay one debt a month or one bill down to zero challenge. What that means is basically we're going to choose our lowest bill or our lowest debt that we can afford in our budget, and we're either going to pay a bill down to zero for the month or a debt off completely. And that's going to be challenging as well, but that's what this is. This is a challenge. All right, so we've done that. So basically from there, we're going to move this out of the way and go over to this. See my little cleaning thing? I clean. Okay, so this is basically change that I found in my jacket pocket in my car and things like that. I figured this is what I typically would do with it anyway, but I figured why not challenge yourself to save a little stash for Christmas. You'd be surprised at how much money you can save if you take the ones in your wallet or loose change you find in your car or around the house and you put it in a jar or you put it in a tin can like I have. I love this tin can. This is something that my fiance got me. She got me some cookies from England when we first started out, and I love these caramel salted biscuits. And I just kept all the cans she gave me, and I love that. So I am actually going to put it in here. I'm not going to count how much of it is. It's just going to be random amounts I'm going to throw in here. And basically I'm just kind of doing that to start it off. And you can fill this weekly, monthly, daily, whatever you're going to do. And you're just going to fill it every single time you get loose change or loose ones or whatever you're going to do. This just a way to save for Christmas. For next year, and then you count it at the end of the year. So this is a really cool way to do it. I don't know how much this is. It's just loose money that we're doing, so I'm excited about that. Okay, everybody, hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for my next video coming up soon. We'll go back to the budget next week. Around the middle of the week, we're going to do the following week, which will be week 5 for us. And also, we will continue to fill this can or jar, whatever you have, and continue to work on our budget. Stay blessed, everybody. Peace.